Howdy folks, welcome to another mini episode of Dollar Country. This one today is going to be all about mining and a little bit about one specific mining disaster. So we're going to start it off with Johnny Tyler with The Coal Miner. This is off an EP he did on Rural Rhythm Records, and this came out in 1957, just a few years before Johnny Tyler passed away in 1961.
Dig, dig, dig in the coal where it's so black, black as the night. Slaving all day in dirty coal mine, where you will seldom see the daylight. Back in the mine, so cold and so deep, many a miner lies fast asleep. Dad was a miner, a coal mining slave. Now he lies sleeping in the coal miner's grave. Dig, dig, dig in the coal where it's so black, black as the night. Slaving all day in dirty coal mine, where you will seldom see the daylight. Children at home, they kneel and they pray. Daddy, please don't go to the coal mines today. Loved ones can't eat because of the strife. God in our heaven knows that ain't right. Dig, dig, dig in the coal where it's so black, black as the night. Slaving all day in dirty coal mines, where you will seldom see the daylight.
Alright, that was Johnny Tyler on this EP. Also has Devil's Slate on the other side, which is kind of a more popular tune by him. I think it's on the Hillbillies and Hell Comps, and The Legend of Billy the Kid I played on the show too. I really like that one. Rural Rhythm is pretty solid. Coming up next is a song that I'm sure you've probably heard, famously done by Johnny Cash on the Folsom Prison record, also done by just about everyone else in country music. Written originally by Merle Travis back in 1946, I believe. It's a song about working in the mine. It's called Dark as a Dungeon. This version is by Lee Moore, and it came out in 1956.
Come and listen, you feller, so young and so fine, and seek not your fortune in the dark, dreary mine. It will form as a habit and seep in your soul, till the stream of your blood is black as the coal. It's dark as a dungeon and damp as the way down in the mine. It's many a man I've seen in my day who lived just to labor his whole life away, like a fiend with his dope and a drunkard his wine. A man will have lust for the lure of the mine. It's dark as a dungeon and damp as the dew, where danger is double and pleasures are few, where the rain never falls, the sun never shines. It's dark as a dungeon way down in the mine. I hope when I'm gone the ages shall roll, my body will blacken and turn into coal. Then I'll look from the door of my heavenly home and pity the miner a dig in my bones. It's dark as a dungeon and damp as the dew, where danger is double and pleasures are few, where the rain never falls, the sun never shines. It's dark as a dungeon way down in the mine.
That one was Lee Moore with Dark as a Dungeon, 1956. This next one starts a pair of tunes I have about the Buffalo Creek mining disaster that happened in 1972. This is in West Virginia, and it was a mining dam burst that killed over 100 people, and out of the 5,000 people affected, 4 out of every 5 people was left homeless. Over 1,000 people were injured, and this was just a few days after a federal mining inspector had gave them the okay that they were okay and fully up to code. So this first one is Gene Crowder with Buffalo Creek Disaster on West Virginia Records. This came out the year of the disaster, which was 1972.
February the 26th, about 20 past 8, people were awakened by a terrible fate. A large dam had broken down through our town. Black waters came rushing, many people were drowned. Some screaming in doorways knew they couldn't be saved. Others riding on rooftops on 30-foot waves. Families jumped in their cars but didn't make it on time, while some made it to safety uphill to the mines. We were all crying and shaking with fear, for we couldn't hear of our loved ones so dear. Some with no clothes, no shoes on their feet, thanking God for each loved one they'd meet. The waters went down about as fast as they came. Then we all started hearing our loved ones by name. The loss was so great, no words can express how it felt to hear of all of these deaths. Felt with no homes in sight. It seemed like Death Valley that dark, fearful night. So many left homeless with nowhere to go, walking on the railway and feeling so low. Lonely children walking alone. Their mothers and fathers had gone with their homes. I could go on, but there is no need. But all those that lost, for mercy I plead. In the Buffalo Creek disaster, that early Saturday morning, over 100 people met their death without a sign of warning. So many of my neighbors, few of my loved ones too, are going to be so greatly missed by me and by you.
So that kind of tells the story of the Buffalo Creek disaster. I wouldn't call myself an expert by any means, but just from doing the show and looking into songs that I have found about mining disasters and stuff like that, the common theme seems to be that when a disaster happens, the miners are the ones who pay the price, oftentimes with their lives, and the mining owners are ones who end up getting off free or close to free. And very many of the times they were responsible for not keeping their mines up to code or up to safety regulations, oftentimes with the people in the government doing the mining regulations being kind of in on it or not holding the mines up to the standards that were legal at the time. It's pretty unfortunate. This next one kind of deals more with the political aspects of it, and it's kind of not really a protest song, but certainly talks about that side of it, being that the people in charge of the mines who are making most of the money end up getting off without too much damage, even though they were the ones in charge of it. So this is Morningstar with Buffalo Creek on Carpenter's Records. This one came out a few years later, after some of the lawsuits had settled. This is 1975.
Now Buffalo Creek's so well and broken, all its water came roaring down, sweeping away the homes and lives in a West Virginia town. In that cold and raging flood, more than 100 people drowned. And some say the flood was caused by rain, some said melting snow. Deep down in my heart, I think the coal mine bosses know. Well, they strip off all of our topsoil and uproot all our trees. They kill those folks in Buffalo Creek, now they shrug the blame with ease. They don't give a damn for life or land, they just roll on like they please. Some say the flood was caused by rain, some said melting snow. Deep down in my heart, I think the coal mine bosses know. Then the governor said the flood was just an act of God's own will. Strippers tear these mountains down, well, it's enough to make me ill. The rape of Appalachia for a lousy dollar bill. Some say the flood was caused by rain, some said melting snow. Deep down in my heart, I think the coal mine bosses know. Down in Buffalo Creek, strip mine bosses show. Buffalo Creek, how could you sink so low? How can we let this kind of thing go on before our eyes? When strip mine bosses trade our lives for nickels and for dimes. I beg you folks to stop these men, don't you let this happen twice. Well, you've seen those people drowning there, don't you hear their mournful cry? Well, I've heard them through the falling rain, they call me in the snow. Buffalo Creek, a strip mine bosses show. Down in Buffalo Creek, when will you people know? When will you folks tell these boys to pack their gear and go?
That was Morningstar. I don't know if Morningstar released anything else or not. The side A was written by S.D. Morningstar, Side B being about by FM. I assume our brothers are related. I like that label a lot too. That's cool. Sounds from 1975. There were lawsuits regarding the Buffalo Creek disaster where most of it got set out of court for a small fraction of what was originally being sued for. With most of the people whose houses were destroyed ended up getting about what in today's money is around $60,000. So their lives were pretty much destroyed for a while for what today would be kind of a middle class yearly income. This last one is Howard Vokes with The Miner on Starday. Not about Buffalo Creek, but still a good mining tune. And this one is from 1963.
Miners whose dangers are great, for many while mining have met their sad fate, doing their duty as all miners do, shut out from daylight and their loved ones too. He leaves his dear wife and little ones too, to earn their mud living as all miners do. While he is working for those that he loves, he met his sad fate from a boulder above. Only a miner under the ground, only a miner eternity bound. Killed by a boulder, there's no one can tell. His mining is over, poor miner, farewell. Death came to call him, so quick was the fall. Have mercy upon me, the poor miner called. They came to help him, but no one could save. They could only prepare him to rest in his grave. His mining is over, poor miner, farewell. His loved ones are mourning, their heartaches can tell. His little children, so sad and so lone, their home is so lonely, Daddy is gone. Only a miner under the ground, only a miner eternity bound. Killed by a boulder, there's no one can tell. His mining is over, poor miner, farewell.
Alright, so there you go. That's the end of it. It's The Miner by Howard Vokes on Starday from 1963. Howard Vokes had a lot of great country tunes. He had his own labels as well as stuff on Starday. He was from Pennsylvania. If you'd like to know more about mining in the United States, you can look up, there's a lot of articles on Wikipedia about mining disasters. Buffalo Creek has one as well. There's also a documentary called Harlan County, USA that I'd highly recommend, but mining is a big part of our history here in the United States. I think it's important to learn about because it is a very common. It's the stories in mining of people being exploited are very common. I think it's important to recognize that, but it's also a job that a lot of this country was built on and is a big part of our history. So yeah, it's important to read about. If you like this, you can check out dollarcountry.org for more stuff, more shows and all that kind of stuff. And I have a new show coming out every other Wednesday. So thanks, and I'll see you next time.